Assalamu alaikum. Here I've compiled a few clips about the Alim course, and the reason I've done that was because many people they ask about the Alim course itself. What does it entail? What do we have to do to study the Alim course, and prerequisites? So I think it's best if a person knows about something before they go into it. The Alim course is a course or syllabus which has been set up by scholars over time. There's variations of the syllabus, but the main aim of all of the syllabus is to understand the two main sources of Islam, which are the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now these two sources are basically Islam. However, both of these are in the Arabic language, and you can only really benefit from these two if you understand the Arabic language as it was at the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Arabic is considered to be like the stepping stones or the fundamental part of the course itself. This is why the Alim course focuses a lot on the Arabic language. I mean, if you imagine, the Arabic language is like the steps. Okay, so let's say we have, for example, some steps here. Okay, and the Arabic is like the first step. And then you have next step, and then you have like a third step. So let's imagine you have 3 steps here. The first step is Arabic. Second, we can say it's what is known as fiqh. Okay, fiqh, I'll be talking more about fiqh. Fiqh is basically, it's like the summary of the Quran and Sunnah. The summary of the Quran and Sunnah is basically what fiqh is all about. It's like the scholars have categorized all of the chapters that a Muslim requires in his life from the Quran and the Sunnah in nice and easy, accessible form. Now, that's the second part, so fiqh. The third is what we mentioned now, the Quran and the Sunnah. Let me just move that to the side a bit. So you have the Quran and Sunnah. Now, just one thing that is important to understand, it's not necessary that a person studies fiqh before Quran and Sunnah. Some places they study the fiqh after they study the Quran and Sunnah, some places before, but this is just to give you a general idea of how the course is taught. So you study Arabic, and then after you've studied Arabic in detail, you study fiqh, then you go into the Quran and Sunnah, and basically after that a person is really considered to have understood or is able to benefit from these. So if you imagine this like the steps, every step you take, it gets more advanced, and a person has more access to these subjects. So this is what the Alim course basically, it covers the topics in this manner. Now I'll be talking more about Arabic here. So if you imagine, okay, like Arabic, like it's like the main post. It has 4 branches. Arabic has 4 branches. Let me just color this in a bit. The 4 branches of Arabic are considered to be very, very important. I can't emphasize how important these 4 branches are. Okay, so first of all, you have the branch of, let me change the color. You have the branch of sarf, what is called sarf. Sarf is what they're known as morphology. You don't have to learn these technical words. Sarf, morphology. I'll talk a bit more myself. Let me just continue down here. Second, you study what is known as nahu. Nahu is syntax or grammar. Let's just say the grammar. And then you study what is known as balagha. Okay, so you have balagha, and balagha is like is called in English rhetoric. I'll talk about that in a bit. And finally, what you study is adab, which is Arabic literature. Right, Arabic lit there. So these are the 4 topics or subjects or branches, whatever you want to call them, of the Arabic language which are taught in the Alim course. Okay, I mean, I've made this yellow, it doesn't really matter, it should have been, it's all one color anyway. So you have all of these topics which are all to do with Arabic. Now let me just zoom out of this a bit to show you how all of these kind of work. So let's say we have, let me just take another color here. Let's say we have sarf. What is sarf about? It's sarf basically what that's about. Let's say you have the word right. Okay, you have the word right in the English language. Yeah. Now this word, you can get many derivatives of this word. So you have writer, you have writing, you know, you have wrote, etc., etc. Many words that can be derived from the word right. Now all of these, if you were to put them into a kind of a table or structure, and you were to learn these, how they are derived, then this is basically what you can understand sarf is about. Let's say we have in the Arabic language a word like ilm, ain lam mim. Okay, now this means knowledge, and from this word you can have many different derivatives. You can have like alim, okay, a scholar, someone who knows knowledge. You can have ma'loom, something which is known. You can have like ya'lamu, he knows. You can have muallim, a teacher. There's loads and loads and loads of different kind of words you can derive from just this ilm itself. Okay, now one thing that is kind of something which people seem to or tend to forget is that, you know, the Arabic language is an academic subject, and it requires a person to put a lot of effort in to learn. So sarf requires quite a lot of memorizing. Okay, memorizing is quite important. The buzzword with sarf is memorizing. You know, you have to memorize many tables to understand the words, and after a while you don't have to worry. After a while the memorizing becomes like second nature, and you don't really even have to worry about memorizing because it all is stuck in your head anyway. But like I said, memorizing is like, I can't emphasize it any more than that. The next is Arabic grammar. So let me just draw it down here. So Arabic grammar, let's say for example we have the sentence Zaid is in the house. So let's say you have Zaid is in the house. Arabic grammar, basically what that is, it's like the building blocks. So you can imagine blocks. Okay, you have blocks that you build and you construct. Arabic grammar is like those building blocks that you have, which you put together and you construct different things. It's like building blocks. So you can imagine like Zaid is in the house. These are the building blocks of this sentence you have over here. Now if I was to, let's say, move Zaid, and I was put is over here, and I said Zaid in is the house, or if I was to put it over here, okay, Zaid in the is house, or if I was to do some other thing to this, or if I say Zaid is in house, take the out totally, and this would affect the sequencing of the words, and ultimately what would happen is basically the sentence would not be what we say grammatically correct. This is exactly the same thing that we get in the Arabic language. However, in the Arabic language there's one more thing that you have to be concerned about, and let me show you. Let's say you have, this is Zaid, sorry for my writing. Let's say you have Zaid fi al-bayt. Okay, so that's Zaid fi al-bayt. Now what you have to know here is that here we have Zaid fil bayt. Okay, Arabic grammar, it also focuses on the last letter of every word. So the last letter of every word, or actually the last letter of every noun, Arabic grammar, it focuses a lot on the nouns and some of the verbs themselves. So you have, let's say over here, you can have a variety of symbols. Okay, these symbols are also studied in Arabic grammar, what the names are, and what kind of symbols you get. Is it like 2 fathas, 2 dhammas, 2 kasras? You know, what is it? Over here, is it bayti, baytu, bayta? And if you've studied the Arabic grammar, then you would know, for example, that over here, because you have fi, because fi appeared here, this fi, it gives the word after it a kasra. So you say Zaydun fil bayti. Okay, this automatically give you a kasra, and that's something you learn in Arabic grammar. So now, what's the benefit of this? The benefit is, like, you can read the whole of the Quran with by understanding why we say alhamdu instead of alhamdi or alhamda, or lillahi. Why not say lillahu? You know, rabbil, rabbul, rabbal, alamin. You'll understand all of this when you study Arabic grammar. And remember, the Quran has vowels on there, but majority, 99.9% of Arabic books, they don't have the vowels on there. So this is why Arabic grammar helps a lot over there. So one more thing about the Nahu, which is that you have to remember or memorize lots of rules. Rules are something that you must learn. Okay, and sometimes this can become something that makes it quite dry. And many of the students would say that Nahu can become very dry. So I think this is something which is very important that a student, before it goes into the Alim course, realizes and considers this.